Okay, here's one from last week, Les. Sometime typical flood match.
Attack the floodgate node.
Here lately I've been starting these out by going to prime and building it, which probably is the best approach.
Attack
In this case, someone on Blue decided it would be a really swell thing to take a vehicle over there and kill anyone who was building the red prime, which was a pretty good move to make. For some reason, it didn't stop red from taking center. I believe when I spawned, the orb wasn't there. I decided to wander over to Flood to see if anyone was doing anything over there since it hadn't been taken. And then ended up fighting over Flood for a while. Keeping an eye on center, which is in contention. I'm feeling really good at this point because I've been helping to hold Flood and we managed to bring down their prime. I decided I'd go concentrate on their prime for a while. And there's some other people here thinking the same way.
I have the orb.
Attack the enemy prime.
The Blue insists on defending it, of course. And just wanted to check and see if there was any chance of the Redeemer coming up while I happen to be there. Not a whole lot of chance of that.
I've got the orb.
Attack the enemy prime node.
I was a little bit reluctant to take that hamster ball over to prime. I mean, it's nice. It's nice when you can do something there with it, but a crowd like this, you know, it's not real likely they're going to be dumb enough not to have Avrils over there. So.
Blue core is under attack.
I've got the orb.
So here we are. We're doing really well. We've got everything except Flood.
Blue core is secure.
We've got the orb carrier heading over towards Flood. Well, he's bypassing it at this point. The nuke is up. We've taken Flood back. Still looking real strong here.
Is vulnerable.
I've decided somebody needs to go after the nuke. I don't think I'm going to get it here. Somebody else is... No, it's still there. No, it's gone.
Blue core is under attack.
Only question being who got it.
Defend the
Well, the map
prime.
still says it's there, but I was just there looking at it. It wasn't there. Well, that's what you get. Flood's going back and forth. It would be nice to bring down their prime because center's being hit. Oh, there we are. I've discovered the blue shade and got thrown back here. But this is wasting time because center is shielded.
Defend the prime node.
Need to get to the red prime. I'm just going to ignore that Dark Walker because I can dodge his fire pretty well. Finally got a kill with the hamster ball.
Attack
Once again, doesn't last long enough to do any good with it. What I'd really like to do there is build enemy prime and then take the hamster ball for a ride over to the core.
damaged.
It's pretty good for that if you can avoid Avrils.
I have the orb.
Thought about following that orb, but I figured I'd go the other way and do a little bit of distraction. I kind of thought maybe he'd cap Flood here, but it wasn't really necessary. And I don't know, maybe he was headed off to Prime, but he never made it.
Attack the floodgate.
This is kind of neat. Somebody put the slow motion field on those stairs, which is a pretty good place for it. Not too many people do that. Not too many people use the slow motion. Not too many, you know. They kind of tend to want to use the shield or the EMP mine or the spider mines. Don't use the slow motion field too much. But yeah, that's a pretty good place for it. Here, playing around with it, shooting blue people as they try to come through it. doing very well at that either. There's a blue guy that managed to get through. Yeah, now it's down. Look up and, oh, look, yeah, blue's got flood, and they're prime.
I have the orb.
Somebody needs to go take the flood.
That's not
But that doesn't seem to be where our prime is going. He seems to be
Attack the floodgate node.
taking a rather scenic route. Oh, he's on foot headed for center, okay. Somebody took down flood with,
I've got the orb.
just by firing on it, which is good. Whoever was carrying our orb around on foot died. I'm stuck over here taking flood down because somebody needs to. I think what's going on here is that nobody's towing the orb. That we got these orb people trying to get around on foot, which you kind of have to be careful if you're going to try to do that. I think at this point our prime just went down. Yep, there we go.
Attack the prime
You
node.
can't screw around like that.
Red core is under attack.
I mean, if you're not going to tow the orb, you better be pretty careful about getting over there on foot. You better be pretty persistent about it. Okay, now we got some people waking up. They lost the two. Now it looks like they're going to try to take our prime. There they go. Okay, so we at least got our prime back.
The center node.
I have the orb.
I'm not going after the orb. I figured somebody else would grab it, and they did. Now they're making a play for center. They might make it this time. No, they did not. Things are not going quite so well at this point. We seem to be down a few points. I'm not sure if we lost that to the flood or to fire on the core. I timed the fire on that dark walker. I don't think he took a shot at me anyway. But I managed to get up in here, and I'm going to take down center with fire. Our orb is making another play to get to center, and again got stranded. Took down center, and then died.
Attack the floodgate node.
So, who's going to take the orb this time? Oh, we're about to lose 20 points on the flood, yeah. So, yeah, at this point, things were not going so well.
Attack the floodgate node. Red core flooding.
So I figured, well, maybe it's down to me. Maybe I have to carry it. Where is the orb? The orb should be spawning here shortly, right? Somebody's got it. I don't see where it is. Oh, they're taking flood with it. Yeah, okay, that's good.
Attack the prime node.
That's okay. We've got a
Red core
taxi
is
here waiting for me.
The orb. KIA.
Not that it's doing any good because our prime is down and the taxi decides to make it through that window. That never works. You know, I always want them to just, you know, to forget the fancy shit. Just fly me there. You know, just
Attack the floodgate node.
drive. You know, you don't have to try to fling me. You don't have to try to do acrobatics through the windows and all this crazy ass shit. Just fucking take a nice simple route that doesn't fly in between a levee on one side and a couple of tanks on the other, and you know, just keep it simple. That's what I like, you know. Well, that wasn't simple, but I think we're going to manage it all the same.
Attack and aim prime node.
I mean, I would have preferred not to have gone right by the Nemesis, but
Defend the center
I guess if
node.
you're paying more attention than he is, then it can work. All of which was for nothing because they took center right back again, but the orb is making another play for center. And he's bobbing around there, and he dies. Our orb runners are not doing well. I figure, well, if they're going to keep grabbing it, maybe they'll get better at it eventually. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here and heal flood, and maybe we can get 20 points out of this. Because we're still ahead. I think we will get 20 points here.
Defend the prime node.
I have the orb.
Attack the
Yeah, there it
floodgate
is. There's
node.
our 20
Blue
points.
core is critical. Blue core flow. Red
And
core
our
is
orb
vulnerable.
appears to be doing God knows what. Looks like he was,
Attack
yeah.
the prime node.
Looks like maybe he was headed for flood, and while he was doing that, our prime went down.
Red core is secure. Attack the
Yep.
center node.
I think the main mistake people make on this level is that they try to hold flood, and then our prime goes down, and then we lose because of that. We lost a game earlier tonight because of that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with holding flood, but you'd better be able to hold the other nodes without it. You know, if you're having trouble holding the other nodes without the node, then it's not a good idea to loiter around flood for minutes on end with it. You know, you need it too badly to take the other nodes. If you can hold the rest of the nodes without the orb, then yeah, you can sit there and flood with the orb all day. You know, it's helpful if you've got all kinds of vehicles there as well. But if you're having trouble holding the other nodes, then you definitely don't need to be loitering around flood with the orb. You're just gonna lose.
Who wants some?
Attack the
You know, you
floodgate
might get your
node.
20 points on the flood, but meantime they're gonna take your prime, and then they're gonna be hammering 50 or 60 or 80 points off your core. Well, anyway. We're just about there now. While I've been sitting here talking a lot of crap, you might have noticed they're down to 4 points. How is this going to end? I seem to have decided I'm going to sit here and try to hold flood. I don't think that's how we're going to win it, though. Because surely Blue understands that they're 54 seconds away from losing here.
Attack the enemy prime node.
They should understand that.
Defend the center node.
Their orb is hanging around their prime, but here he's headed. Now their orb is headed towards the flood. No doubt he'll make it. No, he'll probably get it.
Rapidly
Yeah, here he comes. Yep, and they got it. And the nuke is up, and center's down. You see, Blue could still win this very easily.
attack
Once
the
again, I'm
floodgate
heading
node.
off, seeing if I can grab that nuke, because this seems like a good time to get it. But someone else got there first. So since I don't have any vehicle or any way to get anywhere fast, I decided, well, I better sit here and heal floods for a while. I'm low on health anyway. I wouldn't live long enough to get anywhere else. Yeah,
Attack the center node.
Blue decided they'd try to demer that flood to get it back because they are desperate. They're now 36 seconds away from losing. See, this would be a good time to loiter around flood if you were going to do it. Well, maybe not, because, you know, obviously we're having trouble holding these nodes, and we could easily, you know, lose this if they manage to take our prime, so. Now would be a good time. This is a good time. You got 10 seconds. All you got to do is hold this damn thing for 10 seconds. Yeah, this is how it's going to end right here.
Attack the center node.
Yep, that's all there is to it.
Destroyed.
Yeah,
Red team
about as good as
wins
matches
the
as
match.
I've had in the last week. Have a good evening.